Hello guys, good day to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the location in which you are viewing this video tutorial from. You are welcome to our class for today. This is Nobleman Science Tutors Online, and this is our physics video tutorial in YouTube. I remain Notable Michael, and please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to the channel. Click on the notification bell so that whenever we upload a new video, YouTube will notify you. Also, please give us a like, give us a thumbs up, give us a positive comment, and also help us to share this video in your various social media platforms. You can also reach us via the WhatsApp number that is showing right on your screen. Okay, so for our class for today, we are going to be looking at electric field. Alright, we'll be looking at electric field. Alright, so under electric field, we'll discuss Coulomb's law or law of electricity, and then we'll look at the force of attraction between 2-point charges that are separated by a distance. Okay, then later on we'll now solve some problems, after which we'll solve some problems. So please get your writing materials ready so that we can go straight to the class for today. Electric force between 2-point charges. Electric force between 2-point charges. Okay, so the electrical force between 2-point charges was actually investigated by a French scientist called Charles Coulomb, and in his experiment he was able to show that if the charges or the 2-point charge are small compared to the distance that is separating them, he was able to show that the force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the two charges, and that is what is stated mathematically as force is inversely proportional to the square of their distance apart. Also, he was able to show that that force is directly proportional to the product of the charges. So if the charges are represented by Q1 and Q2, he was able to show that the force is directly proportional to the product of the two charges. Okay, and that is what is stated here. Okay, so a combination of these two expressions is what now give what is called the Coulomb's law of electricity. So the Coulomb's law of electricity states that the force of attraction or repulsion between 2-point charges Q1 and Q2, as we've discussed, separated by a distance r, is directly proportional to the product of the charges and inversely proportional to the square of their distance apart, or the square of the distance between the two charges. Okay, and that is what is written here or stated here mathematically. Okay, so if we take this as maybe another equation there, okay, so this is it, then you can write it like this. K is a constant of proportionality, and this is the value of K. This is the value of K. Epsilon 0 is equals to the permittivity of air in free space, and this is the value of that epsilon 0. Okay, so F, so this whole equation now cannot be written as this. Okay, so depending on the equation that you are giving, this is the equation that you use to find the force of attraction or repulsion between 2-point charges that are separated by a distance r. Alright, so this is just the introduction to electric force between 2-point charges, and for us to get more understanding, we need to solve some problems on this particular topic that we just discussed. So let's go straight and then solve some problems on this. Okay, so this question says that calculate the force of repulsion between two protons of 1.6 times 10 to the power 19 Coulomb each if the distance between them is 5.3 times 10 to the power minus 11 meters, take the constant of proportionality equals to 9.0 times 10 to the power 9 meter 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb squared. Okay, so we had that the force of attraction or repulsion between the 2 point charges equals to what? K Q1 Q2 all over what? R squared. So since they said it is 2 protons, then the charge, they are equal. Okay, so since it is 2 protons, it means that Q1 is equals to what? Q2. Okay, is equals to Q is equals to Q. So in this particular equation, it will now be F is equals to K Q squared all over R squared. Alright, so we already know the value for the charge on the proton. The charge on the proton, okay, then is equals to 1 point, the charge of the proton is 1.6 times 10 raised to the power minus 19 Coulomb. Then their distance apart, arrow, is given to you to be what? 5.3 times 10 raised to the power minus 11 meters. K is given to you, which is 1 all over 4 pi epsilon 0 to be equals to 9.0 times 10 raised to the power 9 Newton meter squared per Coulomb squared. So substitute all these values into this equation. You will have that the force between the 2 protons to be equal to 9.0 times 10 raised to the power 9 multiplied by 1.6, which is the charges, times 10 raised to the power minus 19 all squared divided by 5.3 times 10 raised to the power minus 11 all squared. Okay, so by the time you work all this out with your calculator, if you work all this out with your calculator, know your law of indices. Because most of the questions we are going to be solving, we're having different indexes. So know your law of indices and how to apply them. That's okay. So by the time you work this out, you add that the force between the 2 protons is equals to 8.2 times 10 raised to the power minus 8 Newton. Okay, so this is how to find the force between, or the force of repulsion or attraction between 2 charges that are separated by a particular distance. Alright, so let's do another question. Let's solve another one. This is another sample question. If this question says that if the distance between 2 point charges increased by a factor of 4, the magnitude of the force between them will be what? The magnitude of the force between them will be what? Distance is increased by a factor of 4. What will be the magnitude of the force between them? So here, if you are giving, remember that force is what? Inversely proportional to the square of their distance apart. Okay, so this you can also equally write as f arrow squared equals to constant of proportionality. So this can give you f1 arrow 1 squared equals to f2 arrow 2 squared. Fine. So having gotten this, you have that if arrow 1 is equals to 1, then arrow 2 said is increased by a factor of 4. So if the distance between 2 point charge is increased by a factor of 4, so which means arrow 1 is 1, f arrow 1 is 1, then arrow 2 is 4, then f12 is 1, then f2 is what we don't know. We don't know f2. So if you substitute all this into this equation, you have that 1 times 1 squared is equals to f2 times 4 raised to power 2. Okay, so f2 will be equals to what? 1 all over 4 raised to power 2, which is equals to 1 all over 16. So the force, the magnitude of the force between them is equals to, will be equals to 1 all over 16. Because that is what you are asked to look for. So the magnitude of the force between them will be equals to 1 all over 16. So that's okay. This is a jam question and you are not expected to spend too much time. It's just for you to have a basic understanding of what the question is saying so that you can be able to solve it easily. Okay, so when you have such problems, this is how you go about it. I will encourage you to go to your jam past questions so that you will see more problems on this topic. Every topic that we have discussed, go to past jam questions and solve as many problems as you can. As you are solving, if you have any challenge, just let us know in our WhatsApp chat group. All right. So this is your test page. So that the force of repulsion between 2 point positive charges 5 microfarad and 8 microcoulomb separated by a distance this apart is what? Okay, the only hint I'm going to give to you here is that you convert this microcoulomb and microfarad to coulomb and to coulomb. Is that okay? The coulomb is equal to the farad. Okay, so it's the same conversion that we use for this particular two. Okay, so do that conversion and then you apply the equation that is required. You have your answer readily. Distance is this. This is your constant. So just this is a jam question and they don't expect that you spend more than a minute on this question. Okay, so follow through and then you should be able to solve this problem easily. Alright guys, so thank you so much for your time. This is where we're going to draw the curtain on this particular topic. But before I leave, please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell so that when we upload a new video like this, YouTube will notify you. This is Normal Science Tutors Online and I remain Otobo Michael. We are bringing physics to your doorstep. Help us to share our videos on various social media platforms. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up, discuss with your friends and your colleagues, and then invite them to come and enjoy what you are enjoying on YouTube. Reach us through the WhatsApp number that is showing right on your screen. Thanks, guys, and then see you in our next class.